Hello, I'm Natasha Kaplinsky and welcome to The Digital Advantage, a programme that investigates today's dynamic changes in customer care.
Frankly, if you pick up the phone to speak to somebody, the last thing you want is a recorded message. The last thing you want is a menu option that says push button X, Y or Z for whatever you're looking to solve.
I hate it when you've got to click through number after number to get through to the right person.
So when someone is scripted or doesn't sound like they care, I find that really irritating.
It's that emotional intelligence, that EQ, that makes the difference between good customer service and bad customer service, and not in a feigned way, in a genuine way. And we're not able to program that into artificial intelligence yet. Trust me, we will. In 30 years' time, I'm not convinced we'll have many humans at all, if any, involved in customer care.
I think you need to understand which technologies are being used for which reasons. So I'm a great believer in people and in making sure that our people are accessible to our customers.
If you've already had an interaction with a customer, Genesis is sophisticated enough to be able to remember that, so it will try to direct the customer back through to the person they originally spoke to. We can inject some real personality into our interactions with our customers. This system makes it so easy for us to do that.
So Chief of Disruption, you take it very seriously, don't you, Mark?
I think we can't hold this back. Once we've lit the blue touch paper, AI is going to be everywhere. Once it starts learning, which it will, it'll just continue. This is the beginnings of a revolution and no one knows where it's going to end.
It's much more difficult if you're an older company. We have many more of those, let's face it, that we do business with in utilities, insurance and banking and retail and everything else. And they've got loads of departments and legacy and they've been around for years and years and years. So for them to suddenly become quite agile is difficult, but that's big on their agenda and they're needing to do it, they're needing to change.
We've got challenger brands who are not saddled with that legacy. They can do whatever they like in a hurry and really appeal to the consumers. So it's a really interesting time for all of us.
The standard setters are not telephone companies or energy companies or banks or building societies, and they have no place to hide in this environment. They really do have to improve. They really do have to upgrade their capabilities, because if they don't, ultimately they'll get cut out of the customers, if you like, brand relationships, and that's death to a business.
Leaders need to understand that they are there to serve customers as much as the people at the front line and really support them in that.
If you get it right, it's an accelerant for a brand and a business. If you get it wrong, on the other hand, you're just going to exacerbate the problem.
The key business skill we're going to use over the next 20 years is observation, understanding what the customer wants. Be a bit Buddhist about it, just sit in it and see.
You earn trust. You can't claim it. You can't sort of turn up and say, trust us because we're a bank, or trust us because we're new, or because we claim we're good. You've actually got to walk the talk, as it were, and you've got to prove it. But equally, customers are now more empowered. I think people are distrustful of organizations that gather their data. There isn't a benign intent. If I'm gathering all this information about you, then what am I going to do with it? And so I think you've got to strike a balance between holding only what you need to hold and then doing only what you've been given permission to do.
Everybody needs to feel that they own a bit of the action around customer service. And in terms of measuring it, then everybody's transforming, everybody's changing, and it's really important not to let good practice go whilst you're doing that. So anchor the stuff that's good. Use, for example, Global Standard, which helps loads of organisations. It's got loads of really helpful processes agreed by hundreds of organisations. It's a good thing to do.
I think we're on the beginnings of a revolution here, and we have no idea where it's going to end.